So welcome to battle report number 10, where the possessed will be opposed to the witch hunters. Beginning with the possessed, their warband is led by a Magister Nostradamus. He's equipped with a dagger, a sword, a bow. His spell is dark blood, and he has a sorcery which gives him a +1 on using his spell. He is followed by two possessed. First up we got Jekyll. His mutation is a scorpion tail, which grants him an extra strength 5 attack. The second one is Vlad. His mutation is tentacles, so he can take one attack off to a minimum of 1 of any enemy in close combat. Then there are the two mutants. First we got Hannibal. He's got double dagger and sword, and his mutation is an extra arm. Then we get Josie. He's got a dagger and a club, and he's got cloven hooves, which grant him +1 movement. And he's got the special ability sprint, so he can triple his run ability. Then moving to the henchmen section, we got the two brethren, Herman and Harry. They got double daggers and a bow. A new addition to the squad is Cluck the Beastman, who's got a dagger, a hammer and a sword. In this battle, as in the last battle, the possessed got a free mercenary, so they choose an ogre bodyguard, Grump. He's equipped with light armor, a sword and an axe. And this is the whole possessed warband with 9 models and a warband rating of 126. Their opponents, the adventurers, are led by Freiherr Ulbricht, the mercenary captain. He's equipped with a helmet, a shield, a set of light armor, a dagger, a sword, a pistol, and he is immune to fear. He is followed by his two champions, Theobald and Uwe. Theobald is equipped with a helmet, a dagger, a sword, a bow and a pistol, and he's got a broken leg, which reduces his movement to 3. Then Uwe, he's got a helmet, a dagger, a spear, and the special skill Stab Aside. To finish up the hero section, we got the two youngbloods, Otto and Uwe the Younger. Otto has a dagger, a club, and he's got stupidity. And Uwe the Younger, he has a dagger, a spear, and he is blinded on an eye, which reduces his ballistic skill by 1. In the henchmen section, we got Sam, Bum and Tam, the 3 marksmen, with a dagger and crossbow each. Then 2 other marksmen, Bim and Tim, this time equipped with a dagger and a longbow. Then a single warrior, Achim. He's got a dagger and a club. And finally 2 warriors again, Jochen and Bob, equipped with a dagger and a spear. And here the adventurers of Freiherr Ulbricht with a body count of 13 and a warband rating of 126. So as in the previous game, we will play one secret secondary objective. So on a roll of 3, we will play scenario number 5, street fight. So we have set up the table as a narrow street. On both sides we have these elevations. You can go up these elevations, but you cannot exit via the left or the right side. But you are allowed to get up in these buildings. The green arrows, they mark where you have to exit. So normally it is the whole warband who has to exit via the opposite table edge to win the game. But we change it so only 2 models have to exit to win the game. The adventurers have won the roll-off and will choose the side of the table and set up first. So the adventurers have chosen this side of the table and set up their forces. Beginning from the left side, We have a marksman with a crossbow on the top of the building. Beneath him we have two warriors, one with a spear, one with club dagger, and a marksman with bow. Behind them we have Theobald, one of the champions. Then in the middle of the street, in the building, hiding at the top level, we have two marksmen with crossbows. Then here on the street level, we have the other champion, Uwe, followed by the two youngbloods, Otto and Uwe the Younger. Beside them, we have the leader of the Warband, Freiherr Ulbricht, with another warrior. And covering the right-hand side, we have another marksman with a bow. So the possessed have deployed their forces on the opposite side of the table. Beginning again on the left-hand side, we have Brethren, then the possessed Vlad with his tentacles, and Hannibal the mutant. On the street level, we have Nostradamus himself, the leader of the Warband. He's protected by his ogre bodyguard and a beastman. Then on the middle building, on the rooftop, we have the second Brethren. On the other side of the table at the street level, we have the second possessed jackal with a scorpion tail. And on the far right hand side, we have the second mutant, Josie. So with a draw on the first roll, the second roll is in favor of the adventurers who will start the game. To start the game, the adventurers move a bulk of their forces forward. Beginning on the left-hand side, the two warriors run forward, as does Theobald, the champion, but who's slower because of his broken leg. The marksman with the bow, he moves forward and he attempts a shot at the possessed over there. He hits him and he wounds him, taking a wound off him. The marksman with the crossbows on the rooftops here and in the middle house, they just stand still, they have no target in sight and they wait for next turn. Then here the other champion, Uwe and Uwe the Younger, they move forward down the street. On the right hand side, the leader of the warband with the young blood and a warrior, they move forward on the elevations on the right side. And finally the last marksman, he moves on the wooden bridge here and he attempts a shot at the brethren down here, but he fails to hit him on a 1. As the possessed have a lack of firepower, they stream swiftly forward to get as soon as possible into close combat. So on the left hand side, Vlad the possessed runs forward, as does Hannibal the mutant and the brethren. Here on the street level, the ogre bodyguard, Nostradamus and the beastman also run forward. The other brethren on the rooftop also runs forward to get himself into shooting position for next turn. And finally on the right hand side, Josie the mutant, thanks to his sprint ability, he can triple his movement and runs forward, hiding behind that building. And Jackal the possessed, he moves up the ramparts here to get himself into cover behind the building. On the left side, the adventurers stay put. The marksman with the bow, he attempts a shot at the brethren on the rooftop, but he fails to hit, as does the marksman with the crossbow over here. The Theobald, the champion, he takes a shot at the ogre bodyguard, but also fails to hit him. Then here in the middle down the street, Uwe and Uwe the Younger, they move forward behind the next building to take cover there. On the rooftop here, one marksman, he moves forward to get himself into shooting position, and the other marksman with a crossbow, he stays put there awaiting for a target. Then here on the right hand side, the marksman on the wooden bridge, he aims again at the brethren over here, but he fails to hit him again. And then the youngblood, he moves behind cover, as does the warrior with the spear, and the leader of the warband also takes cover, maybe to get a shot when the opponent arrives. The possessed continue to stream forward. On the left hand side, Hannibal the mutant, he runs forward, getting him behind cover, as does Vlad the possessed. Then the brethren here, he takes a shot at the marksman on the wooden bridge but fails to hit him. Then the other brethren on the rooftop here, he aims at the same target, but this time he hits him, he wounds him critically and instantly takes him out of action. Then on the street level here, the ogre runs forward to get as soon as possible into close combat. He's followed by the beastman and the magister, who get themselves into cover here. Then on the right hand side, Jekyll the possessed, he moves himself into cover behind that building, and Josie the mutant, he runs into cover behind that building to get off into close combat as soon as possible. The adventurers on their turn are more cautiously. Uwe the champion and the youngblood, they run away from the fearsome ogre up to their comrades. Then the marksman with the bow and Theobald, the other champions, both take shot at the ogre but fail to hit. Then the other marksman here, at the top of the building, he takes a shot at the brethren on the rooftop here. He hits him, wounds him, and gets him to ground. Then the other two warriors here, they go each one to one side of the doorway to maybe intercept the attack that will come from the mutant on the other side of the building. Then on the middle building here, the marksman on the rooftop with his crossbow, he takes a shot at the mutant over here. He hits him, wounds him, and instantly takes him out of action. The other marksman with the bow, he stays put without a target in sight. And then on the right hand side, they move a little bit into cover. The youngblood has to take a morale test because of stupidity, which he makes. We forgot that in the previous round. Things start to get serious now as we have the first close combat of the game, but starting with the shooting attacks. Here on the rooftop, the brethren, he stands up and he aims a shot at the bowman over there, but fails to hit him on a 4. Then the other brethren down here, he aims at the opposite warband leader over there, but fails to hit him on a 5. Then the possessed, he makes his initiative test and he gets into close combat with the spearman hiding in this building. The ogre bodyguard, he runs forward, as does the beastman, and also Nostradamus, the warband leader, he moves forward and he tries his spell, which he gets off on a 7, and inflicting 2 wounds on this marksman and taking him out of action. Then on this side, the other possessed, he runs forward, and the mutant, he also makes his initiative test and gets into close combat with the spearman over here. After casting a successful spell, Nostradamus has to roll on the injury table, and on the 6th he will be stunned. In the first close combat over here, the spearman passes his morale test and strikes first but fails to hit. In return, the possessed hits twice with his 3 attacks, he wounds twice and gets him stunned. Then on the other close combat over here, the spearman again strikes first, he hits, he wounds him and takes the mutant instantly out of action. The adventurers choose not to voluntarily root and stand their man. So on the left hand side, the marksman with the crossbow up in the building here, as these marksmen and champion with their bows all try to shoot at the brethren over here, but they all fail to hit him. The warrior, he stays put. The rest of the warband who was up here, they move to the right side of the table to help their comrades in the combat here. Then we have the marksman with a crossbow lurking in the destroyed building here. He aims a shot at the ogre bodyguard. He hits him on a 4 and wounds him on a 4, taking off 1 wound to him. Then on this side, the leader of the warband, he makes his fear test and goes into close combat with the possessed. As does the Youngblood, he first makes his stupidity test, followed by fear test, and also goes into close combat with the possessed. We just forgot that the ogre bodyguard wears light armor, so as per our house rules, this grants him a 5+ armor save. With a strength of 4, this means that a 6 will save him from losing the wound. And on a 2, he still loses it. In the close combat here, there is no winner. So the leader of the adventurers, he strikes first. He decides only to fight with his sword and to use his shield, but he misses his attack with the sword. Up next, the Youngblood. He would have had 2 attacks, but the possessed with his tentacles, he can remove 1 attack, which will be the attack with the clubs, so he only fights with the dagger. He manages to hit him, but fails to wound. In return, the possessed, he makes his 3 attacks against the warband leader. He hits twice, he can parry. He wounds twice, but the armor save is made in both cases. So the possessed keep on pushing. The brethren here runs forward to getting himself into a better shooting position for next turn. The second brethren on the rooftop here, he aims a shot at the bowman, but fails to hit him again on a 4. Then the possessed on the left hand side, he's locked into combat with 3 of the adventurers. Nostradamus, the leader, he goes from stunned to gun to ground and just crawls 2 inches forward. Then the beastman here, he fails his initiative test, so he can't attack. Then the ogre bodyguard, which was on the stairs to get on the platform, he makes a U-turn and he attacks the adventurer here, which makes the fear test thanks to the leader morale value, which is 12 inch in this case. And then over on this side here, the second possessed was out of reach, so he just came forward. So in the first close combat here, the Youngblood strikes first with his spear. He manages to get a hit. The ogre bodyguard can't parry. He's wounded and he fails his armor save, so he loses a 2nd wound, bringing him down to only 1 wound. But in return, the ogre bodyguard attacks with his sword and axe. He hits both, he wounds with his sword, and he takes the poor Youngblood out of action. Then here in the second close combat, the possessed attacks first because he's initiative 4 against 3. He managed to get one attack through. He wounds, but the armor save is made. Then in return, the leader of the warband, he strikes back but fails to hit on 1. And then the Youngblood, one attack is taken away by the tentacles, so he only attacks again with his dagger, but he fails to hit the possessed. Unwilling to give up and glory in front of their eyes, the adventurers continue the game. The marksman with the crossbow up here, as the marksman with the bow and the champion with his bow all take shots at the possessed, 2 hitting but fail to wound. The warrior with the spear just moves a little bit back to anticipate the attack next turn. Here on the street level, the champion and the warrior both make their morale test and go into close combat with the ogre bodyguard. The marksman up here, he takes a shot at the beastman behind the ogre bodyguard. He hits him, he wounds him critically and gets him stunned. In the first close combat down here, the adventurers strike first, beginning with the champion. He hits on a 3, but the ogre bodyguard, he can parry with his sword. Then up next, the warrior, he strikes with his bow's attacks. He fails with the club. He hits with the dagger, but can't wound the ogre. Then the ogre tries to hit back, but he fails on a double 1. Then on the second close combat here, the possessed and the leader of the warband have both initiative 4, so they strike simultaneously. Beginning with the possessed, he has 3 attacks against the leader. He misses 2. He hits once, the parry is failed. He wounds and the armor save is failed, and the result is stunned. But as the leader has a helmet, he can make an additional save, which he makes, so he's only gone to ground. So as he strikes simultaneously, he uses his pistol to get a shot back. He hits on a 5 and takes a wound of the possessed. Then the 2 other warriors hit, beginning with the Youngblood here. So one attack is taking off from the tentacles of the possessed, so he only has his dagger. He hits on a 5 but fails to wound. And then lastly, the spearman, he managed to get a hit. He wounds him critically and he is stunned. As the possessed are not in a very good position with 2 of their fighters into ground, they call the game at this stage. So beginning with the winning warband, the adventurers couldn't fulfill their secondary objective, but by searching the city of Mordheim, they get 5 shards. In addition, they find a corpse where they get 5 additional gold crowns and a straggler, which allows them to roll 1 additional dice in the next exploration phase and to ignore one of the dices. As the adventurers, also the possessed could not fulfill their secondary objective, as they could not kill the enemy leader. By leaving the city of Mordheim, they could only get 2 shards of redstone. So rolling on the injury table, first the Youngblood. On a 56 he's got bitter enmity, and on the second roll of a 2 it's against the warband leader, so against the Magister of the Possessed. For the henchman, the marksman with the crossbow, on a 1 he's dead, and the second marksman with the bow, he survives the battle. Hannibal, the mutant, got a 32, which means old battle wound, so he has to roll before every battle from now on, and on a 1 he will miss the next battle. And Josie, the other mutant, he's got a full recovery. A couple of rows on the advancement table for the adventurers. First up, Ulbricht, the leader. He's got an 8 followed by 1, which means he increases his initiative by 1. The next one is Otto, the Youngblood. He got a 10, which means he's getting a new skill, and he chooses Step Aside, which grants him an additional 5+ save in close combat. The Possessed got only one model rolling, that's Jekyll, the Possessed, and he got a 7, so he can choose between weapon skill and ballistic skill, and obviously he chooses the weapon skill +1, which gives him a weapon skill of 5. The adventurers opt to sell 5 of their 6 shards. That gives them 80 gold crowns plus the 5 gold crowns they had. That comes to 85 gold crowns. They roll 2d6 to see to what experience level they can recruit, which is a 6, which is enough to get a new marksman with crossbow for 65 gold crowns. And then they purchase a set of light armor for Uwe the champion. And they remain at 9 gold crowns. The adventurers of Freiherr Ulbricht for the next game, they are up to 13 models and a Warband rating of 139. The Possessed, they sell 3 of their 4 Weirdstone shards, giving them 65 gold, plus the 21 gold they had in bank, that gives them a total of 86 gold crowns. On a 2d6 roll they get a 5 for the experience level, so they opt to buy a new beastman for the existing beastman group. They give him the free dagger and a hammer, so the other beastman, he will give his sword to someone else. Then they get new brethren in a new troop with just a dagger. So this is how the Possessed Warband will look for the future battle. They are up to 10 models and a Warband rating of 115. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time.